So the ocean makes up about 70% of the planet, and around 95% of that remains unexplored. So when I watch a movie like The Meg, it starts to make me think that megalodons could still exist. Does the movie play on this fear?
I made the mistake of, during my research, tweeting about whether there were any scientists or anyone that believed that the megalodon could still exist, you know, on the very bottom of the ocean that has not been explored yet, and was absolutely dragged to pieces by so many scientists being like, what? No, that's impossible, it's been extinct, you know. And so I feel like, I think that anything is possible. I think we don't know, but apparently I'm definitely not an expert, I'm just an actor, and I've been told by many scientists that it does not exist.
Did you know what I learned in my research? That 70% of the world's surface is ocean. And of that, only 5% has been explored.
I wonder where you heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You're pretty smart.
So when I watched The Meg, it started to play with my fears that there could be a creature out there like the megalodon.
It's more than just a fear, it's a good curiosity, because we haven't explored all of that. We all used to think that the giant squid was a pretend thing. It's not. There's even something called a colossal squid. By the way, who's naming these things? It's like the worst name ever. There could be extraordinary things down there and around there, but they'd be deep, real deep.
And the glider that you pilot is so cool.
Yes.
What was it like to film those scenes?
That was really fun. I trust myself. I trust myself. I am an expert, could drive the glider very well. So I am really excited. You know, I'm so happy and so excited to drove my glider.
Now, how did each of your characters react when they first discovered the Meg?
Like that, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically, I feel like Jax just sort of shuts down. I mean, she knew that we were going to find, you know, that's what she does for a living, and it's like dedicating her life to marine life, and they've seen, you know, giant squids and all kinds of crazy stuff, but I think that she is definitely very, very shocked. But there's been rumors that, you know, Jason Statham's character Jonas had seen this big shark. So in a way, it was almost like, wait, did we just see what we've heard of, or are we all going crazy?
I think for my character, Morris, the billionaire, you know, who funds this whole underwater operation, he's, this is a dream come true, you know, a whole unique ecosystem. For him, you know, to be front page on the news for his discovery and the excitement of that, but then that swiftly turns south when dozens and dozens of people start to get chewed up, spit out, and swallowed.
Oh, she think that is a very, you know, it's a new, you know, creature for Suyin, for everyone. They knows Megalodon before, but they never seen Megalodon. But for Suyin, the first feeling, the first thing is to protect them, not to shoot them or kill them. They are all the, you know, the soldier for protecting the ocean. They don't want to destroy the environment.
I read that Jason Statham, to prepare for his role, went to Fiji to swim with sharks, up to 30 of them.
Yeah.
Do you call this method acting?
That's nice. No, he look, is it method acting or is it taking advantage of your role in the movie, you get a free vacation? Yeah, he was smart to do that. What's funny is I think he went to see how scary it is and to learn about the fear, and the opposite happened. I think he learned that when you're in the presence of these creatures, you let go of that fear and you start seeing them in their environment and you relax, which helped him then be in the water with the pretend Meg and learn how to overcome the bad acting of shark and really focus in on what was going on.
Yeah. I love where he goes out to tag the Meg and he goes, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
So glad. Everyone said that wouldn't work. Everyone yelled at me and they said, that's a stupid idea. And I don't think Jason thought that was a good idea either, but we're getting a lot of good response.
Oh, yes, in the theater, everyone was
laughing. Don't you think
it's
awesome that Jason effing Statham gets his courage from Dory? I mean, how great is that?
And have you ever had a close encounter with a shark or dangerous experience in the water?
I actually don't have a fear of shark, even right now. But I have a fear of ocean. I can't go that deep. It's because, like you said, there's still some area we haven't been to. So you never know what they're gonna have. When I snorkeling above of the water, I saw the shark just swim under the water.
Wow.
So it's safe. Yes, very peaceful.
Look, I've definitely swum with sharks and surfed with sharks by accident, when I was a kid and found out, or had another surfer say, hey, I just saw a great white, everyone get into the, go back to the beach. Nothing ever like dangerous. The most dangerous experience I've had in the water is rips. Like in Australia, we catch rips out to get to the good waves. And if you don't go across like quick enough, you can end up in Tasmania. And I definitely have had a few moments where that, like the shore is everyone's looking like ants. And I'm like, I'm never getting back there. And
I hear Tasmania is nice though.
It is. This is a really long trip on a surfboard,
It would take a while.
Yeah.
I once, after too much to drink and being stupid and 23 years old, was on Isla Mujeres in Mexico, and 3 a.m. we decided to go swimming in the really dangerous, rough beach, and I was clinging to a rock. It was like the rip tide was taking me out, and then the tide would push me in and wash me out like this, and my friends had to kind of help me go rock to rock back, and it was absolutely brutal. And then the next day we visited that beach and there were signs everywhere. No swimming, dangerous, peligro, no nadarse, and pictures of sharks all over. And I'm sure that I was almost eaten.
I was in the water in Malibu with my kids. We looked in the water and there was a shark. And then another one, and then another one. And I thought, these are sand sharks. This is awesome. Stand here. Yeah. And we just stood there and watched probably 40 sharks swimming all around us. It was fantastic. And it was great because my kid was about 4, and then he stopped being scared. We're afraid of the unknown. The more you learn, the more you understand, the less fear you have in your life. And fear is the absolute enemy of everything, okay? You get rid of fear, you can accomplish whatever you want.
2 huge tanks were built for filming because of the difficulty of filming out on the actual ocean. So what were the benefits of this, A, for lighting and B, for photography?
A tank underwater is a huge help. It gets dark fast when you go down. And there's very few things you can do out in the open ocean, right? You certainly can't put your camera down, right? You got to hold it the whole time. So when you're in a deep tank and the color is controllable, the murkiness is controllable. On the surface, it sucks. Any cinematographer would rather be out in the ocean because you're dealing with a very fake environment. So that gets very difficult. What you can do with tanks is you can heat the water, and your actors can be in it longer. They can be in it all day and not get hypothermia and all that. Not that I care, but still, it helps me shoot longer.
And Jason Statham prepared for his role by swimming with sharks in Fiji. How did you prepare for your role?
That was a long story. I don't have that much time to prepare for this movie. I only have 2 weeks, including to prepare my lines as a foreigner, not an English native speaker. I need to spend more time to prepare. And also, I took my day off time to practice, to train the underwater scene, how to dive and how to use all the stuff.
I loved after Jason went out to tag the shark, the point where the shark was chasing him and they reeled him back in. What was it like shooting that?
Brutal. Not for me. I was on a nice, dry, safe boat screaming, "Turn back, look left, look right." And Jason just winging through the water. It was fun, though. It was really fun. We hooked him up and started driving that boat, and off he went. And you have this big movie star who has a nice beach house in Malibu, and you're just dragging him through the water. The camera was a little off. We're going to do it again. He's like, it was fun.
Looked like a cool ride.
He liked it.
Yeah. The movie is funded by companies in China, America, and shot in New Zealand. Do you think it's important to share cultures through movies?
Yes, that's really important. Each of the different places, they have different culture. So the biggest gap between countries is culture, not only language, So combine the culture together, I think is the trendy, is the way we need to work on.
On IMDb, it does say, Ruby, that you almost drowned on set. Is
it
that
on
true?
IMDb?
Yes.
It also says I'm doing John Wick 3, so it's not exactly
So
as
it's not
reliable as I
accurate.
thought
That's
it
not
was.
accurate. Okay.
She had a scare. There
I
was
had a scare.
Okay.
I just don't like when they say almost drowned because,
Okay.
John, as a director, made sure that we were safe all the
Yeah.
time. We had the best stunt crew. And in New Zealand, everyone worked so hard. So I would hate for people to think that, that there was some kind of fault that happened or, it wasn't like that at all. There were people underwater to get anyone at any point, with oxygen tanks. But I definitely chose the wrong shoes for this character. And I did, and it was my fault because I chose those shoes. But they had little holes in them. And I thought that would be cool. But they filled up with water, and I couldn't work out why. Like swimming, I was getting really held back more than what I was thought about, like in the training. And then when I would have to be sort of upright trying to climb, I would just sink. It was like there was bricks in my shoes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until John's like, oh, I love this. Like hold Rainn, because Rainn had to throw a thing down. He's like, hold. He's like, that's great. And I'm like, help. But still doing it in American because I was kind of like, if this is great and amazing, I definitely want to use it. And I felt so safe that, of course.
So when you see me throw the rope ladder down and she's climbing up, and you see her acting right before that of her like, help! And there's
real.
there's some truth to that.
I literally went under the water, swallowed a bit of that tank water, which was so gross. And then someone helped me out. And then the rope came down, someone pushed my feet, and I climbed up, and then had a little spew. And then I took my shoes off and realized half of the tank was in my shoes.
Wow.
I was like, it was too late to change costumes now.
What I like about this film is that it's a monster movie, and the monster isn't something we made up. It's a real thing. It's a real possibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!